All right, dope. Yeah, guys, squad trips that we're going to be taking. A lot of different things are happening right now with Team Ambition specifically. Believe it or not, the entire company is staring at our team right now. We are gaining tons of momentum. We're one of the fastest growing teams in the entire world right now for I Am Mastery Academy. And so this is a blessed time to be a part of this and a part of the movement in general, guys. So my name is Josh Amundson. If you don't know me, I'm 23. I've been a part of the business for 2 years now, and it's been a crazy journey. During this call, though, specifically, guys, I'm not going to be the one providing tons of valuable leadership skills and tips and tricks for you to grow your business. It's actually going to be Chairman 25 Joey Wilson, which I'll get into that in a little bit, who he is if you've never heard of him. Little bit of housekeeping stuff. Excuse me. Few things. One, guys, we say it every single call. If you're on this call right now and you're just here to listen, you're only going to remember 10% of what's going to go down on this call. You're about to hear from a Chairman 25 who makes $25,000 a month in residual income, guys. Residual income is the most valuable source of income in the entire world. And so my advice is get a notebook out and take notes from this mentor right here, guys. Joey Wilson has built massive businesses for tons of people, spoke on stage to 20,000 people at once, guys. He's traveled the entire world from a laptop lifestyle, guys. So get a notebook out, a pen and paper, and get that writing hand ready. And whether you're left or right, hopefully you're right. Also, if you guys saw in the groups, the Cancun, Mexico 2021 January trip just dropped, guys. All Platinum 600s and above are able to actually book their room starting right now. We have the link. If you're a Platinum 600 above, feel free to reach out. You can go ahead and book your room right now. If you're not a Platinum 600 and above and you seriously want to go on this trip, guys, it is not hard to hit Platinum 600. It is not hard to hit Platinum 600. You could literally do it on your own if you wanted to. However, what the beautiful thing is, you got tons of mentors and leaders, a part of Team Ambition, that are willing to help you do it. It is extremely easy if you just stay focused, guys. Just get it done. This is something that can get done in a week. You can get done in 2 weeks. You can get done in a month. Whatever your goal is, you can get it done. And the second you get it done, you can come on this trip with us. It's going to be, these are the type of things where you build memories and they last forever. You make cool edits. You get tons of pictures. We're going to be going on crazy excursions. It's all inclusive. There's hot tubs in the rooms. There's literally 6 to 8 person hot tubs in your room that you're going to book. It's going to be an absolutely crazy experience, guys. So work your butt off. Do whatever you have to do to hit Platinum 600 and come on this trip with us, guys. Okay. So what we're going to do right now is I'm actually going to be handing it over to Chairman 25, Joey Wilson, guys. And if you don't know anything about Joey Wilson, I remember my first time joining 2 years ago. I hopped on a Zoom call kind of like this. Maybe you're new. If you're new right now, I want you to drop some ones in the chat. Let's see who's new right now in this meeting right now, guys. Drop some ones in the chat if you're brand new within the last month or so. Go ahead and drop some ones in the chat. It's completely fine if you're brand new. Welcome to the team. You just joined an amazing team, I'll tell you that. If you've ever been on a team that wasn't too hot, this is the exact opposite. I remember 2 years ago hopping on one of these leadership calls with Joey Wilson and just listening to the burning desire that this guy had, the way he could literally deliver all this valuable information that changed my entire business. I took notes and I just literally did exactly what he said to do. And it changed everything for me, guys. So he's going to come on here, share some wisdom, guys. Freedom isn't free. That's what he's going to talk about. And that is a very real thing, guys. So he's going to hop on here, break down some knowledge. Hopefully you guys take notes on this. It'll change your entire business. But with that being said, I'm going to have him come on here and go ahead and start ripping away. Joey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, brother. I was maybe hoping as the host, you would give me some sort of intro song or something.
Funny.
I appreciate it, bro. What's going on, everybody? I see all the people on here. Brooke Brower, what's going on? Andrew Young, Bo Beasley, Brody. I see all the names. Rob Custard, shout out Chicago. Jay Wood, Ethereal, what's going on? Matt Werner is out there in Florida. We got Kessler. We got the whole squad on here. What's going on, guys? Obviously, some big things are popping right now. We're pretty excited, and this is the time to be a part of this company. I'll just tell you straight up. I've been part of this industry for 8.5 years, and like I've told Josh many times, like I've told a lot of my leaders, it will never be this easy ever again. I'm just telling you guys, and if you just really plug in, sky's the limit here. And, you might be thriving in business right now. You might be stuck trying to get your first person. You might, be a Platinum 600, just, crawling or clawing your way to platinum 1000. You know, I don't know where you are in your business, but just understand I've been there. Okay, I have been there. And so I'm going to go over a few things tonight, but one thing I will say, guys, is if you have any questions, because I know there's a lot of new people on this call, if you have any questions, type them in the chat. If there are any business building questions, type them in the chat, and I'll go back and I'll answer some of those questions. Just because I know there's a lot of questions, you know, when I was brand new, I was wondering like, well, what do you say to someone that says it's a scam? Or how do you invite properly? Or, you know, whatever the case is. So just some really basic questions. I know if you're brand new, you probably have some of those. And with that being said, I'm going to just, before I even get into the freedom isn't free talk that Josh was telling you that the title of this talk is called, I'm going to go over just the started sharing screen. I'm going to go over, I don't need to share my screen actually, the chairman list, the power list of chairman. And I know a lot of you have already heard this, but a lot of you haven't. And if people ask me, how do you go chairman? This power list of chairman, guys, and you can take notes if you've never heard this before, this is the most basic way I could ever break it down for you to legitimately go chairman if you just did this list once a day. It could take you 8 hours. It could take you 30 minutes. It could take you 2 hours. But whenever you do the power list, whenever you finish it, it's done. And I learned the power list from Andy Frisella, who owns First Form Nutrition. He was being interviewed by Ed Milet, and he was basically telling him, he asked him, he's like, how'd you become so successful? You know, the jets and the cars and the houses. And I mean, Andy Frisella has everything he could ever buy or ever want. And he said, dude, I'm actually a really lazy person, believe it or not. And so for me, I had to create a power list. And when I finish that power list for the day, I'm done. But that's how he knows how, you know, how to stay on task so he can reach his goals. And I put a power list of chairman together a couple years ago. And I just know that if people stick with this, you will hit chairman 10 out of 10 times. It might not happen in the amount of time that you want it to, but it's going to happen if you stay consistent with it. And I think that's the key word just for, you know, success in general or for anything in life. If you want to be fit, it's going to take consistency. If you want to be fit, it's going to take consistency in the gym and in the nutrition. If you want to become a chairman, it's going to take consistency. If you want to start your own business of some sort, it's going to take consistency. But the power list of chairman, the first thing on the list is 10 before 10. Okay, reach out to and follow up with 10 new people every single day. That's 3,650 people each year that you're going to be reaching out to. A top earner once told me, he goes, hey, I bet you hit up people every single day, right? I said, yeah, right away in the morning. I get out my phone and I go through my contact list, my follow-up list, my prospect list, and I reach out to people. Why? Because this is my business. This is my baby. I have to eat, right? And you guys have to have that same mentality. But he's like, I know you do it, but can you imagine if your entire team did it 10 before 10 and you just got in the groove? It takes 21 days to form a habit. And so reach out to, follow up with 10 new people every single day, whether it's someone that you already showed and you say, hey, what's going on, bro? You ready to lock arms and get paid yet? Or if it's someone, you know, you haven't talked to yet, hey, what's going on, bro? Are you free tonight at 9 p.m.? I got some exciting things I want to run by you. Just staying consistent with that follow-up or 10 before 10 and doing that every single day. And then read a chapter of a good book or listen to some audios. And if you're brand new on this call, you might not have been introduced to any of these books. But this industry, it's a lot bigger than making money. It's a lot bigger than surrounding yourself with positive, like-minded people that are driven. It's a lot bigger than trading. It's a self-development factory that's going to turn you into a high-speed ninja. And just some of the books that I grabbed off my bookshelf. The first one that I was introduced to, I just listened to it over and over. When I used to work, I quit my job at LA Fitness and I worked construction. I told my buddy, I said, hey, I just need 11 hours a week at 10 bucks an hour or whatever. It was $100 a week is all I needed for gas and food to get from appointment to appointment. That was when I was 22 years old. I didn't have a lot of bills, but I was all in. I made that decision. And so the first book my mentor told me to read was Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. And I got it on Audible and I put it in my headphones on when I was working construction. And I would listen to it over and over and over. And basically what this book is about is it rewires your blueprint, your financial blueprint. You only can make what you know. Okay, John C. Maxwell, the godfather of leadership, talks about that all the time. There's the law of the lid. And the law of the lid is you only can make what you know. My dad works at Anderson Windows on the milling machine, right? He only can make 65 grand a year because that's all he knows. If he did some personal growth and he was hungry and driven, he could break through to that next level. And so this book really, all I know, my financial blueprint is what my parents taught me. You know, money doesn't grow on trees and that type of stuff, the basic stuff. This book just really breaks it down for you. Then the next one is Magic of Thinking Big. So it talks all about the magic of thinking big. It is what it says it is. The Compound Effect is another one. Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill, Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest people of all time, told Napoleon Hill to go study the richest people on the planet. And that's what he did for his entire 30-year career. He just went around and studied the wealthiest people on the planet, and he made a book about exactly what they do and how they think. And then Building an Empire. This will teach you the step-by-step system to go build this thing. I mean, literally, it's a playbook to how to go build this thing. Leadership versus management. How to paint the vision. Act as if. Okay, I could literally just pick one of these chapters right now, close the book, and just start training on it. I mean, that's how ingrained this book should be into your brain. But it's going to talk about IPAs, income-producing activities, sorting through numbers, sorting versus convincing, how to build teams, how to prospect properly, how to run events, okay, and those types of things. So that's the next thing is read a chapter of a good book, just even one chapter a day, or listen to a good audio. Next thing is make a Facebook or Instagram post, whether it's your stories or on your actual wall. If it's your stories, you guys should be having like 6 stories a day. Just, make a conscious effort. If you don't really post much, get in the groove of starting to post, because that's your business. Everything's pretty much online nowadays. And that's your advertising for your business. 3 exposures every single day, show 3 people every day. I say it doesn't count unless you get a P600 or above to share their story. Attend your weekly event or meeting in your area. If there's an event coming up for IM, which there will be events in 2021, make sure to get to those events. And then I wrote True Leadership. This business is all about helping people. Who on your team can you pour into and help rank up? The highest level of leadership is pouring into someone's life. Mentorship, guidance, and letting your team know that you believe in them. And then leading by example. That's all I know, really. You can just tell, we can listen to this entire training and you're going to think, well, if he can do it, I can do it. I don't know much, but what I do know is I can lead by example. I can just lead from the front. I know if I want to get it done, I just have to go do it. I can't wait on my upline, downline, sideline. I can't wait on anybody to go do this thing for me. I just got to go make it happen myself. And so, grateful for the team. I'm grateful for how, the momentum that Ambition has. But if it halted, or if anything ever happened, or if our top leaders all quit, it doesn't matter. I made a decision to become a professional network marketer. And the cool thing about a professional network marketer is you can take my network away, you can take my income away, and you can blindfold me and drop me in a random city anywhere in the world, and I know how to become a 6-figure earner that year in this industry. Just because books like this, like I said, you become a high-speed ninja. And so that's the 10 before 10, guys. And if you just follow that every single day, I don't need to look at that every single day and check it out. I don't need to do that. It's just part of my life. Every day I do it, and it's very simple for me at this point. Because again, this is my business. This is how I get the freedom. But like Josh said, freedom isn't free, right? So, I know you guys see us now, and you're like, you see the glitz and the glam and the Rolex we got from Alex, and Thayer's new car, and the broker account that he has, and the chairman 25 to 25,000 a month, and you're like, yeah, well, he can do it, but what about me? And I just want to take you guys back to when I first got in this industry, or even before that. And I was telling this story up in Milwaukee last night. I grew up in a really good family. I have an older brother and I have a younger sister. I was that middle child. I was kind of that black sheep. I always went against the grain. I was always the troublemaker. I never did well in school. And since I didn't do well in school, I felt like that was the only way to be successful. And I was like, well, then I'm not going to be successful. So then I'm like, I might as well go hang out with the idiots, right? I might as well go, sell weed with those guys over there. And that's what I ended up doing. And I ended up getting selling drugs as an undercover cop when I was 19 years old. And it was actually the best thing that ever happened to me. But long story short, I got locked up for 2 years, and I got out when I was 21 years old. And I say that to say this for one reason: your past doesn't dictate your future. If there's anyone on here that has a limiting belief, I could have had the biggest limiting belief out of everybody. All the cards were stacked against me, but everybody has a story, right? I could unmute everybody's line right now. You might be looking at me like, damn, I would never have guessed he was locked up or whatever. I could unmute everybody's line right now. We all have a story. We all have a background. And when I got out, I had a little thing with my girl, Britt, back in high school when I was 15 years old. And when I got out, I messaged her on Facebook. We started talking. We had coffee. And then we got together ever since then. We've been together now for the last 8.5 years. And when I saw this industry, I told her, I said, hey, listen, I don't know exactly if this thing's real, but I met a really successful guy that showed it to me, and I'm all in. And I sold her on the vision. And maybe you're on this call and you have a spouse or you have a girlfriend. And I think it's good to have that conversation with them and saying, hey, listen, I'm going to sacrifice the season for us. And that's what I did with Britt. And I was working at LA Fitness at the time. I wasn't making a lot of money. I had no money. I signed up with every dollar I had. She gave me a $5,000 credit card. I sold her on the vision of where I was going with this company. I said, hey, I'm all in, and I know this is going to make our dreams come true. I've always been a big dreamer. I've always had desire. And I went and used that credit card for gas and food and to go from appointment to appointment to appointment. This is 22 years old, okay? 22 years old. And the reason I bring a lot of this stuff up is because I know a lot of you are in your early 20s right now. I'm 30 years old now. I've been doing this for 8.5 years. But I wanted to just take you back. I didn't just join and all of a sudden, boom, 6-figure income. Everything's good, freedom. No, dude, I had to put in the work every step of the way still to this day. I mean, you guys saw us. We drove 4.5 hours up to Milwaukee last night. We did an event. We got in the car. We drove 4.5 hours back home. I walked in the door at 4 a.m. I'll do that forever. It doesn't matter. I just want to see the team win, but I'm willing to work for it. And again, that's where it comes down to freedom isn't free, okay? And I struggled for years in this industry. If you're brand new, or if you've been in for 6 months, or if you've been in for a year and a half, and you're thinking, dude, am I even worthy to make money here? Am I even worthy to hit, Platinum 2000? Or am I even worthy to be able to build a team? I'm just telling you right now, from the bottom of my heart, I sucked so bad when I first started. I didn't have a team like this that was going to rally behind me and we all just help each other. That wasn't me. I was a lone ranger. It was me against the world. Okay. And I didn't have an upline that did calls for me every single night. Okay. We didn't have Chairman 25s doing calls every single night for us. We didn't have any of that. It was, if I was going to go show people, we had a meeting once a week in Edina. I had to drive them 45 minutes, which is fine. And we utilized those meetings. But then I couldn't wait once a week to show people. I went from coffee shop to McDonald's to people's living rooms. And I just started showing people ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. You don't need to know everything to do this. You don't need to have money coming in from trading to be able to do this. You just need to literally light yourself on fire and go after this thing with everything you have. And you got to make the numbers your friend. And I think that's kind of where people get messed up a little bit is they'll go show 10 people and they won't even get one of them started. And then they'll be like, oh, this doesn't work. I'm just telling you, you got to go through the cards. There's 4 aces in a deck of cards, right? And you get 3 teams. You get 3 legs you got to build here. You're just looking for 3 aces. And you might flip a 2. You might flip a jack. You might flip an 8. You're just looking for those aces. And sometimes you have to go through a few decks to be able to get the ace. But here's the way I looked at it. A lot of people will look at it like, oh, I showed 10 people and not one signed up. This sucks. I'm never going to be able to do this. I always kept a positive mindset, a PMA, positive mental attitude. Hold on. Bro, I'm on the leadership call right now. Matty Pips, you want to get on here and say something? I know, huh?
I was wondering if y'all watching this Heat beat up on the Lakers.
You can jump in for a good live bet, but I got to keep doing this call here. All right, guys, where was I? You just got to make the numbers your friend. That's it. You just got to keep flipping the cards. It's the law of numbers, and John C. Maxwell talks about that all the time. And there's a lot of people that will get started and they'll put in 4 people. And then they'll be like a chicken sitting on the eggs just waiting for them to hatch, right? You can't just put in 4 and expect them to go blow up and say, be an ace, be an ace. Why doesn't he go do anything? Dude, if he just went and did something, I would actually be almost a platinum 1000. Don't worry about anybody. And if you just got to keep putting in more people. Here I am. I probably have 500 personals in this industry, but I've probably shown, literally thousands, 10, 20,000. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I don't care who says no. I don't keep track of how many no's I get. I just got to keep flipping. Just in the last 30 days alone, me and Matt put in, in the last 2 weeks alone, we put in 30 personals together. 30 personals in the last 2 weeks. We're 8.5 years in. We're still getting personals. We're not comfortable. I'm actually more uncomfortable than I ever been because I understand where we're going with this company. I'm like, dude, the timing is now. There's a window of opportunity. You know that saying, window of opportunity? The window is wide open for anybody to take this thing, go all the way to Chairman 750. The top earners haven't even joined yet. You see Bryce Thompson, you see Trade House, you see Walking ATMs, you see some of these top earners. The top earners haven't even joined yet. Some of the top earners are on this call. Some of you are actually going to take some of this information that I'm talking about tonight and you're going to go pass me up. That's a real thing. And that's my goal. My goal is to develop you guys to the point where you can go pass me up. Okay, so we put in 30 personals in the last 2 weeks, but we put in 100 personals in the last 6 months. If you want to go build teams and go hit ranks, you have to make the law of the numbers. You got to make the numbers your friend, and you just got to flip cards like crazy. Okay, I'll pause right there on that. Let me just see if there's any questions. What books he'd suggest? Yeah, like I said, guys, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I don't know. I'm not going to read through all the comments, but there might be a couple questions in there. But that's just the thing. Everybody's looking for the secret formula. Everyone's looking for the easy way out, and there is no easy way out, right? Freedom isn't free. Activity cures all ills. So if you just treat this like a business, if you do the powerless to chairman every single day, you're going to win with this business. And for me, when I got in this industry in 2012, I talk about this all the time on the calls. It was about freedom. That was it. I wanted to give Britt the best lifestyle possible and our future kids. And now that I have a baby girl that every day I get to wake up to, and Britt was supposed to go back, she used to manage a bank. And she was supposed to go back Monday, which is a couple days ago. And she turned in her keys and she doesn't have to do that. And it's just crazy to me. She was about to, either I would watch the baby all day, which would have been crazy. Watching, that might sound kind of ridiculous. I don't know. But for me to watch a baby all day long, and she only breastfeeds, right? So I don't have milk in my boobs. So can you imagine we'd have to give the baby to daycare and do the formula thing, and for me to keep running the business, to go hit Chairman 50, Chairman 100, and for her, she just gets to stay home and raise the baby now and take care of her little best friend. And for me to be able to provide that for them, that's everything. And I don't care I don't care what it takes. It doesn't matter to me. If I got to drive to Milwaukee and back in the same night, I'll do that. If I got to hop on a flight and go to France and do an event out there, I don't care. I'll do that. When I hopped on a flight and went to the UK, we did an event in the UK, and then we traveled around Europe. And then when we got back to the UK, the name was wrong on my flight to get home. I had to go spend $1,200 on a last minute flight just to get home. It doesn't matter, because I know all the effort I'm putting forth to this business is going to pay back tenfold. So, so what do you say to people when you're talking about casting the vision? Here's what I'll tell you. For one, it's going to start with your posture. And this is how I talk to people all the time. From day one, even when I never made a dollar yet. I never made a dollar yet back in 2012. And if they looked at me and said, have you made any money yet? No, but I'm about to make a whole bunch. And listen, I'm all in. I'm going to the top. I'm working with the top earners in the company. And I will take you to the promised land if you follow my lead. I know exactly where this company is going. We have the hottest leadership on the planet, the best company in the world. And all you got to do is hop on the rocket ship and ride it with me. And so those are the types of conversations I would have with people. And that's why they would join me. Because I wasn't just saying, what do you think? Are you mad I showed you? You know what I mean? Hell no. I know without a shadow of a doubt, this is the best opportunity on the planet. I didn't care if I didn't make any money yet. I was all in. And when I looked at my friends, I looked at them dead in the eye. I didn't even know how to do the presentation yet. I would click play on a YouTube video. I mean, that's how easy this is. You take your finger and you press play, and that's how you do this business. But I looked at him and I said, bro, I'm all in. I'm going to the top. And if you want to run with me, I'll take you to the promised land. And I said that to every single person. And some people were like, all right, man, I'll think about it. And then you wouldn't hear from them again. But some people were like, dude, let's go. Here's my card. Sign me up. You just never know. But you got to have that posture. And you might sound like an idiot at first, and you might suck at it at first, but it doesn't matter. You're going to get better and better and better. So let's see. Any other questions? Yeah, that was my thing, guys. Did you ever have doubt that you would succeed in this business? That's what I was talking about when I was like, am I even worthy for this? I joined this company or this industry, and I'm like, I see people winning, but nothing magical has ever happened in my life. Like, am I ever going to be able to do it? And I remember I'd go to the events, and I'd be in the way back. There'd be 10,000 people at the events, and I'd be up in the nosebleeds, and I'd see people walk stage for 6 figures, making 100,000 a year. And I was like, damn, that would be so dope to walk stage one day. And I would visualize it. And I believe in myself. It's not that I don't believe in myself, because I do, but like, is it really going to happen for me? Like, all these people, 10,000 people in the stage or in the stadium, is it really going to happen for me? And so I just put the blinders on, and I kept working. There was nothing special about me. I just kept going with that posture and confidence every single day. I mean, you guys might even look at me, dude. I have people hitting me up to this day like, dude, you're still doing that thing. They know I'm crushing it, whatever, but they're just mind boggled that I showed them 8 years ago. And here I am still driving from appointment to appointment, setting up events, showing people, because it doesn't matter. I understand the lifestyle this thing offers. I have enough money right now in my bank account that if for some crazy reason, everything just went away right now, I have enough money to last the next 3 years, just sitting in the bank account. And that to me is freedom, because money equals time to me. The more money you can have, the more time you're going to have to have that freedom. And so show me a better way. And that's what I talk about all the time. But I definitely didn't have belief in I didn't know if it was going to happen for me when I first started, but I just kept sticking with it. I had my why. I knew why I was doing this thing. I believed in the company. I believed in my mentor, but I was like, I'm just going to stick with it. And little by little, those little wins, I said, hey, I'm going to go hit Platinum 600. And obviously we hit chairman in 90 days, but we're in another company for 6 years. So I'm just going to relate the ranks to that company. I was like, all right, I'm going to go hit P150 first. And it was those little wins. That's how you build confidence. And Ed Milet talks about that all the time, is keeping the promises that you made to yourself. That's how you build confidence, and having small wins. So for me, I was like, I'm just going to go hit Platinum 150. I'm going to focus on that. And then you got to go show people, right? Even if I got 300 no's, I don't care. I'm still going to keep flipping cards. I'm still going to keep showing people. And then boom, I hit Platinum 150. And then I'm like, dude, no way. Okay, if I can hit Platinum 150, now I can go hit Platinum 600. That's my goal. And so I just kept showing people. I knew the exact structure. I played it out in my head of exactly how it would work. And I just kept working. Here's the thing that might set me apart from a lot of people. I didn't do this business part-time ever. I mean, I'm all in. What you see right now is how I was day one when I knew nothing. I would wake up, I would go to the gym, I would listen to audios, I would read books, I would talk to people on Facebook, I would reach out to people on Snapchat. I would just be moving and grooving day after day after day after day. This business is like forming clay, right? You take the water and you start spinning the clay on the wheel, and then you take the water and you start warming it up. At first it's hard. You can't really move it at all. But if you keep grabbing the water and spinning the wheel, eventually you can form the clay into whatever you want. But as soon as you take your hands off that clay, it's going to dry up and harden again. And so then you got to start all the way over from the bottom. And people that go on a short sprint here and they hit P150 and then they take their foot off the gas because for whatever reason, then they got to start all the way back at zero again. Those people never make money here. You got to stick with it. You got to keep your foot on the gas for long enough to be able to win. I promise you will eventually get to a point in your business where it is going with or without you. And that feeling is the best feeling in the world. But again, it's going to start with Platinum 150. And then you get to P600. If you're a P600 on this call, you guys, and you're striving towards P1000, you just got to keep flipping the cards, and you're going to knock it out, and you're going to go to P2000, and then you're just going to keep climbing, slow wins over time, and it's going to work out. So let's see. How did you get creative in reaching out to people when you felt like you've talked to most people you know? Good question. So people ask me, when do you stop following up with people? When do you stop reaching out to the same people? Here's where I'm a little bit nutty. I don't stop contacting them until they block me. I don't care if I hit them up 100 times. I will keep going. Again, it's my wife and I. When we lay our heads down on the pillow, it's us against the world. Nobody's paying our bills. I'm not scared to shoot out a message saying, hey, what's up, bro? You ready to get paid yet? If you've seen some of my, I don't have to do this as much anymore, but if you went to some of my messages from 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, I mean, there was messages where there was no response, and I probably sent it 100 times every 2 weeks for a couple of years. I mean, I hit up Matt Thayer for 2 years, finally got him started. And then we went and put in 800 students at Stoughton Eau Claire alone in one semester. You just never know who's going to be on the call. You never know who's going to be at the meeting, that's going to be at the event, or that's going to be at the coffee shop, that's going to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm freaking ready. I have a burning desire for something like this. You never know. Just like the guy who recruited me. I was a dude that literally just got out of jail. I got the first job I tried for at LA Fitness. Here I am hustling these memberships at LA Fitness, or trying to at least, and he tells me he can teach me how to be financially free. If he knew who I was or my backstory, he probably wouldn't even have wasted his time. But I was one of the guys that raised my hand. I was like, dude, I'm all in. I've been looking for that track. So you never know who is going to raise their hand and go run with this thing. But how do you get creative in reaching out to people when you feel like you talk to most people? So like I said, I mean, you just keep messaging those people. You keep following up with them. But then for me, I just post stories and I let them watch. And then I'll go back a couple weeks later. See, life is a roller coaster. Sometimes they're up, they just got their new promotion, or they just figured out they want to go to college for nursing school, or whatever the case is. But every couple weeks, sometimes they're down and out and they're like, dude, I'm sick and tired of being broke. I'm looking for something new. I'm looking for something exciting where I can, be a part of a community. Everyone wants to be a part of something. And so that's why I talk about following up with people every couple weeks. You just never know when someone's going to be like, dude, I'm ready. I had my neighbor who I grew up with. He always looked up to me, my younger neighbor. And I hit him up for a long time. And the last time I hit him up, second to last time I hit him up, he goes, bro, I appreciate you. Obviously you're crushing it. You're doing your thing, but please stop hitting me up. I'm not joining. And I said, all right, bro, cool. 2 weeks later, I hit him up again because he didn't block me. He's like, screw it. Here's my card. Sign me up. You just never know. It's the craziest thing in the world. But I kind of use everything. I'm reaching out to people that throughout my network, whether it's Facebook, text message, calling, Snapchat, Instagram, and then my stories, and then kind of getting everything in flow, in sync together. And then, I get a person, I get another person, I get 10 more no's, I get 20 more no's, but I get another person, and they slowly come in. I'm building a new team right now. I just put in 20 new personals, and only 2 of them got their 2 and free. That's why I'm in the same thing. I mean, I'm just going to keep building new teams, but it took me 20 new personals for 2 of them to go do something. So that's what I'm talking about. I didn't just get 4 and then I'm sitting on the eggs waiting for them to hatch. Hell no. I'm going to get another person. I'm going to put it under their team and I'm going to say, congrats on the growth of your business. And then I'll get another person. My main goal is, hey, I'm going to get you started and you're the most important person in my business. If you're brand new, who do you guys know? Who's the top 10? Actually, here's the first thing I say to people when they get started. Who's the easiest person you can get started right now just because you're doing it? Who's the easy one? Because everyone has an easy one or 2. And then I say that, I send them the info of the welcome text message. I say, who's your easy one? We're going to either show them. If they're not ready to show them right now for whatever reason, cool. I'm not waiting. I'm going to go find another person. I'm going to put them on your team and I'm going to say, congrats on the growth of your business. Let's get you paid. And then I'm going to say the same thing to that person. Here's the welcome message when you get started. But hey, real quick, everybody that gets started has an easy one. Whether it's a best friend, a family member, who's the easy one that you can get started just because you're doing it? You want to show them? Cool. Here, 9 p.m. we're doing a call. Get them on this call. They can't get on the 9 p.m. call. Here, show this YouTube video. And then put me on a call with them afterwards. And I'll share my story. If they don't want to show, if they didn't show them, or whether they did or didn't matter. My goal is to send another congrats on the growth of your business message. Because here's the thing. It's like flipping a match upside down, right? You're going to keep enrolling down a leg and keep sending congrats. And then it's like flipping a match upside down and it's just going to It's going to fire everybody up. And then someone in that leg is just going to freaking take off. I could name a bunch of stories, but one that always comes to mind is I knew a dude named Aaron Anderson, and Aaron signed up Kessler, and Kessler and Josh and Jay went and put in thousands. But it started with Aaron Anderson and the people before him. I was driving depth. One day out of nowhere, the match flipped upside down and it just freaking started cranking. So, any other questions? Teaching a duplicating system and what you do that helps you find the ones. Okay, teaching a duplicatable system and what to do, or what do you do that helps you find the ones? Kessler, you confused me here. Teaching a duplicatable system and what do you do that helps you find the ones? Okay, what do you do to find the ones to pour into and develop? I'm going to pour into everybody, right? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. So when I got Kessler through Aaron, Aaron said he had someone to show. We went and showed him. Kessler and Kennedy, they signed up. Cool, welcome to the team. I'm going to get you guys started just like I get everybody started. Then I'm going to go home and I'm going to keep personally recruiting. But it's the law of the numbers. See, the team that we built here, say we've enrolled 4,000 people, it was probably a table of 10 of us that went and enrolled 4,000. It's not, there isn't a whole bunch of people that are, going and putting in hundreds and hundreds of people. So eventually you'll find those aces. But Kessler showed himself to me by calling me or texting me, hey bro, I have someone to show. Hey bro, I have someone that, wants to sign up. Hey, I just put in 3 people. Hey, I just hit Platinum 1000. My name's Kessler. I was wondering if I could plug in with you and we could do a launch event. They will show themselves. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. So I know when I have a running partner, when I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? Here's 3 things I look for: credibility with their network, work ethic, and they're teachable. Those three things would qualify for a running partner if I put them in as a personal. Okay, so credibility with their network, teachable, and work ethic. So if I'm working with them and they're signing up a couple people and I say, hey bro, let's get 4 in today, or I tell that to AJ all the time. Hey, what's up, bro? 5 today. We're getting 5 in the system today. He'll be like, bro, I'm putting in 8. That's how you know you got a running partner. But the people that really want to do this thing, they'll show themselves. We got 71 people on this call right now, and that just shows who's hungry and who's driven for this thing. What is a good way for someone to take action that hasn't started trading yet? Here's the thing. Not everybody has $500, $235 to get started and $250 put in the broker account. If that was me, I know trading works. I know trading Forex and cryptocurrency and stocks. I know that's something of value. I don't need to make money myself to be able to bring that to my network. So if I joined the company and I only had $235 to my name, dude, I'm gonna make a list of everybody I know on a piece of paper, which I talk about again on every single call I do. First name, last name, phone number on top of that list. SW, some will, some won't, so what? And I'm going to start making calls, and I'm going to go build this thing. I'm going to build it the exact same way, whether I'm trading or not. And if someone asks me, have you made any money trading yet? I haven't yet. I'm learning. I'm going to the academy right now. We're getting on the get paid sessions, bro. It is fire. I'm telling you right now, when you get started, we're going to crush this thing together. But I'm also building the business right now, and I'm knocking on the door of Platinum 600, which will also pay. When I start trading, that's going to pay, but also that will pay $7,200 a year, just residual on top of what the job's paying. So you would take action the same way as anybody else would. At this point, roughly what percentage of your income comes from trades versus residual income from your rank? I make a lot more money from the passive residual income. I'm not going to lie. And that's why you'll probably see why I'm so passionate about this. And I think you guys would be too, if you're a Chairman 25 and you're making $25,000 a month. Here's the thing. I look at those as 2 different things, right? That's like asking me, how much are you making in your S&P 500 Roth IRA? That's an investment. That's going to grow over time. Okay. I'm not expecting my duplex that I have just to cash out and make me a millionaire right away. I think people have that get rich quick mindset here. I look at trading as a long-term game plan, right? But I look at my passive residual income as my freedom income right now. So I trade, I invest in S&P 500 and index funds. I got a little bit of real estate, nothing crazy. But then I got this passive residual income that it's freedom income. And so I make a lot more right now at this point in my life, but hey, y'all know about the compound interest. So you just never know. But I'm in the profit. I am in the profit with trading Forex. I am no Matty Pips when it comes to cashing out on the charts. So what separates the average in the industry from the greats? Consistency. Average people quit everything they start, right? I mean, whether it's the gym on January 1st, they're done by January 14th. Just never quit. Everybody can be an expert here. If you met Jason Brown, Matt Rosa, Alex Morton, if you met any of these guys, which I know, Josh and Jay have, and some of the other people on this call, you guys would understand they're just regular people. That's it. They just stayed consistent long enough and they just showed more people. That's it. So what's the difference between me and a Chairman 750 is they showed more people than I did. What's the difference between a Chairman 25 and a Platinum 600? I just showed more people. That's it. What was the first few people the hardest? I'm telling you. So here, let me finish the whole question. Was the first few people the hardest to get? ? I've been sending people in with Josh, you, multiple guys. Call them after the call and ask them if they had questions and if they were ready to hop on board. Never heard back from them since. This industry will show the true colors of a lot of people. People are flakes. I mean, it is what it is. To get this thing off the ground is the absolute hardest. But once you kind of get your mojo, once you kind of get in the groove of things, it really starts to get easier and easier and easier. So yes, to get it started off the ground, it's definitely probably the hardest part. Because they know you've never done this before. That your network knows you're not some expert in Forex. They know you're not some expert in affiliate marketing. Okay. Holy smokes. There's the powerless and chairman. Thanks, Lothario. How do you reach out to more people when you already went through your friends list? Well, and that's the thing too. So how do you reach out to more people when you already went through your whole friends list? Well, Robert Kiyosaki says it's a scientific fact by the age of 18, you know 1,000 people by their first name. I haven't even shown everyone I know. So I can't believe that there's anyone on here that's actually shown every single person that they know. But also I'm meeting new people all the time. How did you meet your network? How did you get a network? You met them over a period of time. So when I go to the gym or when I go to wherever I go, I meet people casually here and there. And you can prospect people. You can form people, family, occupation, recreation, money, right? If I'm at the gym and I casually come across a conversation, what's up, bro? How long you been working out here for? This is a sweet gym, isn't it? The Lifetime in Edina. Oh yeah, bro. I live right down the road. I've been coming here since it was open. And we get into a conversation like that. I say, oh, so you're from around here. Cool, bro. And then maybe I'll say, hey, what's your Instagram? Maybe we could get a lift in sometime. Or in like Matt Thayer's case, hey, what's your Instagram? Let's play pickup ball this week when he's playing basketball. So whatever you guys go do on a daily basis, whatever you guys do in your life, just go do that and meet people casually. It's called the 3-foot rule. Everyone within 3 feet of you, just be crazy enough to meet them. I mean, how crazy can you guys get for freedom? I'm crazy enough to do it. I'm crazy enough. When my parents told me I was an idiot or that this wouldn't work, and my friends told me I was an idiot and this thing wasn't going to work, whatever, when I had people throwing sticks at my feet, I'm just crazy enough to keep doing it. That's their opinion. I know my reality. I know where I'm going with this thing. Okay? So we got 10 minutes before the overview call, guys, and if you guys want to get some people invited for that, we've been packing those out like crazy, and I'm telling you, I get DMs every single day. I say, reach out to me on Instagram if you have any questions or anything like that. And I get people hitting me up every day getting started on those calls. So guys, we're excited about this. I mean, if you guys knew what I knew, you would do what I do 100%. We've never been this close to Chairman 50. And if I can do this, you guys can too. The only difference again is the amount of people that I showed in the time that I've been doing this thing. It's 8.5 years. And this is going to be the biggest run of our entire lives. And then we're going to do a 90-day run up until January 7th through 11th. We're going to Cancun, like Josh was saying, an all-inclusive resort. We're doing terrace parties, beach dinners. We got the whole deal out there for Team Ambition. So just take this serious, guys. If you treat it like $1 million business, it will pay you like one. It's never gonna. This is a mind game more than anything. I mean, I ever since I was 22, I would go literally just meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting, building this thing. And there's a saying that says entrepreneurs will work 80 hours a week or 100 hours a week just so they don't have to work 40 hours a week for somebody else. That's me. I'm willing to work all day long so I don't have to work for anybody else, but I can choose what I want to do. If I want to take today off, I can. If I want to hop on a flight and go to Dubai, I can do that. I wanted freedom and I didn't want to have to answer to anybody. So I'm willing to put in the time right now. I mean, if you look at Matt Thayer's uncle, he's a master distributor in another company. He's a top 10 earner in the industry, makes $500,000 a month. If you knew this guy, you'd be like, what? I mean, we met with him one time and he drove up in the oldest Dodge Ram. He lives way up north on a lake in Perm, Minnesota. And I'm like, this dude makes 500 G's a month. He just stuck with it long enough. Cause he's like, dude, I was not getting a 9 to 5. He's like, I hated jobs and I was willing to just work harder than anybody else. And I was crazy enough just to make this thing happen. So the good thing for us is we're not trying to sell lotions or potions or, all this other BS that people are selling out there. We're selling, hey, do you want to go make money? We're selling lifestyle. We're selling fun. We're selling freedom. And that's what I want to be a part of. And so when I sat down with Alex February 8th of 2018 and I saw the fire in his eyes, I'm like, where do I sign, bro? I'm all in. And we've been going on this run ever since. And we're going to do whatever it takes. And if I was brand new, if I was you on this call, Platinum 150, maybe you're not even a Platinum rank yet, it doesn't even matter. You just start. You just got to start going after this thing with everything you got. If you work a 9 to 5, you work your work your day job to pay the bills, and then you work your fortune at night. And that's when I first started at LA Fitness. I'd work my 9 to 5, and then I'd go home. I'd work from 5 to midnight, and I'd wake up and I'd do it over again. I would do it over again. And if I was brand new right now, starting fresh, no contacts, I would go build a new team by myself, and I'd go dig and dig and dig, go through as many numbers as I can, find a running partner, latch onto that person, put them in my passenger seat, and I would go teach them everything I know, and we'd go from house to house to appointment to appointment to appointment, and just show as many people as humanly possible. My goal is to show 5 people every single day. And a Zoom call would be one, like even if it's just me showing one other person. Our 9 p.m. overview, if there's 100 people on there, I count that as just 1. So now I'm at 2. If we do a live event and there's 100 people that show up, that's just 1. And so my goal is to show 5 people every single day. And, for me, I'm just not stopping until, we get to Chairman 750. Because again, it all comes down to that freedom. I just want my daughter Layton will know nothing but freedom, nothing but traveling the world, having fun. We'll probably homeschool her. Just my wife she was homeschooled. So she's probably going to homeschool her, and we'll just travel, enjoy life. Instead of her learning about the pyramids in school, we're going to just go fly out and take her to see them in Egypt. Right. And so those are the types of visions and dreams that we have together. And I'm telling you, everybody on this call can go hit Chairman 100 in the next 12 months. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it back to Josh to close this out real quick. I'm going to get ready. We got the overview at 9 p.m. tonight, and then we got a trading call at 10. So I hope you guys got some value out of this, and I appreciate the questions, and I appreciate everybody for hopping on here because it just shows me who wants this thing. So let's get it. Let's make it happen, and I'll see you guys at the top.
Yo guys, what's going on? We're gonna end this call coming up here pretty soon. I just wanted to quickly touch base. First of all, though, drop some 7s in the chat for Joey Wilson, guys. He just provided an insane amount of value for the average person on this team to succeed, guys. These are the type of calls that, I'm sitting here with Jay right now. These are the type of calls that when we first started in this business, that's exactly what got a fire lit under our ass, and we were ready to go. We were just juiced up, ready to do whatever it takes to be free. That's it. That's all we wanted. We just wanted to succeed. We wanted to help other people succeed and be able to travel with the team, create memories and stuff like that, guys. So 7s in the chat for Joey Wilson. I just want to quickly touch on a couple things real quick. We do have the overview starting in 6 minutes, okay? So someone talked about, showing some people and then them, not being ready to get started, flaking, not responding, and so on. And I want to kind of, tell you guys what is really expected for the amount of people that you have to talk to usually on average to be successful with either getting a free account or with actually hitting rakes. And this is something that I learned from Matt Morris, guys. This is called the rule of 7. Okay. The rule of 7, this is going to be a rule of thumb for you to have an idea of how many people you really got to talk to if you want to be successful, guys. So the rule of 7 basically states that for every 7 people that you talk to, one of them is going to be interested. This is just an average, so 14%, all right? One of them is going to be interested. Out of every 7 people that's interested, one of them are going to actually, join. And for every 7 people that join, one of them is going to take it serious. And for every 7 people that take it serious, one of them, boom, blows your business up. That's a Joey Wilson. That's a Matty Pips. That's a Alex Morton. That's a Yvonne Tapia. That's a, Austin Godze, just absolute diamond in the rough, absolutely crazy hustler. That's what it takes, guys. 1 in 7, 1 in 7, 1 in 7, 1 in 7. One time Jay and I were on my deck this summer and we're like, what, if we divided up that 1 in 7, how many times? And it came down to this: 1 out of every 1,000 people that ever gets interested, joins the business, takes it serious, doesn't, so on and so forth, just 1,000 people in general. Here's the thing though, that's not just 1,000 people for you talking to find one, just you. Yeah, it is. But, and again, you could find a diamond on your second try. This is just for you to have an idea of a rule of 7. If you're going to go hit up 5 people, show them the presentation, and then they're not going to join and you get bummed out right away and you're like, this doesn't work, I can't get anyone to join, they're discouraged. You're barely talking to anyone. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Get out there and hit up as many people as you possibly can.
None of our first, I would say, people that we signed up in the first 6 months stayed with us till today. So
none. Literally no one. None of our first 30 people are even on the team anymore at all. And, that just shows we stuck around. We were the shopping mall. The shopping mall never leaves. You don't want to be the store. You want to be the shopping mall. The shopping mall stays put, and stores come in and out, in and out, in and out. They stay coming in and out, and you stay right there and collect the rent checks from every single store that's coming in. You want to be the shopping mall. Don't be a store that comes in and out, in and out, in and out. You won't make the type of money you're here for, guys. So that's the rule of 7. Hopefully that helps you guys have an idea of how many people you should really go out. Make a list of 200 people. That's the first thing we did. We took out a notebook and we just made a list of 200 people and just went crazy on it. We went crazy on a list of 200 people. It didn't matter if you did it right or wrong. I don't know if Joey said this, but you can't say the right thing to the wrong person and the wrong thing to the right person, guys. If you could have the best compensation plan, the best product, you could tell them you will literally make tons of money if you just do this. And sometimes people still won't join. It doesn't matter. You just got to find the yeses. That's really what it comes down to. Kessler on the call, guys, he taught Jay and I this, and we did not agree at first. And Joey actually mentioned this on the call. He basically told us when we first got started that he will follow up with people that are interested or not interested. It doesn't matter. He'll follow up with them until they either say yes, no, or they block him. Kind of like Joey said. And when we first heard that, we were like, we're not trying to have people block us and hate us. We're not trying to annoy people and, ruin our reputation and stuff like that just for people. And as we, kind of continued the business, we realized that's really a soft scarcity mentality. Like, being afraid someone blocks you. If they block you, they weren't meant to be in your life anyways. Think about how many people from your high school you haven't talked to since you graduated. 95%, I think, for me, 95%. And college, same with that. I graduated a year and 9 months ago, and I haven't talked to 95% of the people I met. It does not matter, guys. Go out there, collect contacts, and keep following up with them until they come around. Everyone eventually comes around, guys. It's absolutely crazy. All right. So I've literally hit people up to the point where, they're not even responding. I'm just sending them a text once a week. There's like 30 text messages, just me to them, and they're not even responding, to the point where they message me, all caps, stop texting me. And, that's up to you if you want to stop texting them or not. But I was like, sheesh, like at least I'm doing my job. So that's kind of something that Kessler taught me. The reason why you follow up with these people though, Joey is talking about this. People say no. They say no to you. No, no, no. You keep getting no's. That's good. At least you're doing something. No's are actually better than yeses because it shows that you're going out there and actually sharing the plan with people. You're planting seeds in people's brains. But you go get no, 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 and then a yes. And then boom, now you have an entire new network to work with. You taproot to them right away. You say, who do you know? Who are the top 5 people that would help you if you had all 4 tires on the highway popped and you're out of gas and your phone's on 1%? You just go fast because you have 28 days to help them get a free account or hit platinum 150, or they'll most likely quit. Just keep that in your mindset. Success loves speed. Just go quick. Don't let them dilly-dally for 2 to 3 weeks. And then, their subscription's due in a week and they're like, I need my free account or I got to quit. And it happens, guys. And so one person you're one person away from a massive explosion in your business. Just keep that in mind. One person away. You just got to keep going, keep sharing the plan, keep talking to people. It'll literally just whoop. You share good information enough times and it'll eventually land in good hands. You just got to keep sharing it. Don't get discouraged when you get 1,000 no's. We've gotten 1,000 no's. It was discouraging at first, but then we realized, damn, that's what a professional does. Someone on the call mentioned Eric Worre's 7 steps to becoming a professional network marketer. That's right here, guys. It's right here on Spotify or Apple Music. This is the steps on how to literally become a pro. A pro makes more than 10 grand a month in residual income. Study this like the Bible. This is literally the godfather of network marketing right here. It's just 7 steps. Just take notes on it. It's going to tell you exactly what to do. It's beautiful. If you are on this call and want to become chairman and you haven't listened to this yet, I challenge you to get it done in the next day or 2. Take notes on it. Study the hell out of it. It's going to help you dramatically really take your business to the next level. However, don't just study it, apply it. Apply it right away as fast as you can, guys. The last thing I'm just going to quickly say on this, someone mentioned something about a structure. The structure we follow that you want to teach, duplication, it's all about IPET. That's really what it is. It's 4 letters, IPET, all right? IPET, invite, present, enroll, train. Okay. So if you want to know the structure, write this down. I always try to think, I'm like, I hear the word duplication so much. How do I go duplicate my business? I was Googling it like crazy and all of a sudden, boom, I found this from Matt Morris on YouTube. IPET, the first one is inviting. Okay. This is the first thing that you got to learn how to do. Inviting is the most important part of your entire business. If you're not good at inviting, no one's going to want to check out your opportunity. And the way to get good at it is to put in the hours and master your craft. That's really it. So the way we got good at inviting is we did it 1,000 times, just as many times as we could, absolutely over and over and over and over and over. It didn't stop. We YouTube, what's the best way to invite someone to check out a network marketing business? We YouTube literally anything we could, pull things, studied how Joey did it, the way he did it. We made text messages, tons of different things. Just get good at it. Inviting. Next thing is presenting. You want to get good at actually presenting the business, and the way you do that is your upline does the first one for you. And your upline does the second one, the front half, you do the back half, or vice versa. You do the front half, they do the back half. And the third one, you're going to want to do the whole thing and they'll share their story at the end. And then they just share their story with you until you hit platinum 600. That's how you learn how to present. You got to suck at first. I remember if Kessler's on the call still, I remember doing my first presentation with him ever. And I just was like, I called him afterwards and I was like, dude, I did awful. And he's like, no, you did good, man. And I was just like, yeah, whatever. Everyone says that. But no, I just thought I did terrible. And I just kept doing them though, over and over and over. I just kept doing them. I've done 500 presentations this year on my own, not even the overviews. That's how you get good at it though. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not whatsoever. However, I've done it tons of times. I put the hours in to master the craft. And so that's really important, guys. Presenting. The third one is enrolling. You need to learn how to properly, someone asked about retention in here. How do you get people to stay in the business? How do you get them to keep paying their monthly subscription in essence? You need to set them up for success and help them go fast. Okay. That's what it is. You got to go fast and you got to help them get set up for success. So I'm going to quickly share my screen real quick with you guys and show you something. Maybe you don't know this, maybe you do. If you guys can see right here at the top of my screen, I don't know if you can see my bookmarks on Google Chrome. This is something that dramatically changed our team's whole culture in business. We have people set up their bookmarks in this order right here. This is game changing right here because you're literally putting the websites they need so they don't have to remember it. You're putting it right on their Google Chrome and you're bookmarking it right there for them. It's all aesthetically pleasing. You can control their computer using Zoom. You're setting them up for success. And then you go through each one and you teach them how each of them work just a little bit. The academy is meant to teach people how to trade. Keep that in mind. So that right there dramatically helped us. And also when you help them set up, their bookmarks and stuff, you want to tell them something called the 48-hour rule. And I'll just say it really quickly. This is where you tell them, all right, so you want a free account, right? And they say yes. And you're like, all right, the people who are most likely to get a free account in their first month do something called the 48-hour rule. And that's where you take massive action right away. You're the most excited in this business your first 48 hours statistically. So tell them, take this text message. I'll drop it in the team ambition page or something like that, and you can grab it from everyone. But take this text, send it to 20 to 40 people. If they ask any questions, how much money have you made? Or does this cost money? Or why are you hitting me up? Tell them to just deflect their questions. Say, hey, that's a great question. Let's hop on a call and let's talk about it. We want to do all the talking on a Zoom call, because that's where you'll actually have the success. Not the least amount of text messaging as possible. The least amount of text messages. If you're texting the business, if you're telling them, this costs money, this is never marketing, this is a company, you can get a free account, there's residual income, you can build teams. If you're telling them this stuff before they've even seen a presentation, they're not going to want to check out the opportunity. Those are all red flags in the average person's brain because they haven't been taught this stuff. Withhold all that information and teach your team to withhold it, because it doesn't make sense. It's like trying to give a haircut over the phone, as Jade Hepper would say. It's literally impossible to explain this. You want to just say, hey, we trade with our friends every single day and we try to make money. That's it. If they want to learn more, they got to set up a Zoom call. That's how you enroll someone, guys. You get their bookmarks set up and you tell them what I just told you. Don't say these things, say these things, send this text to 20 to 40 people. Go fast. Make group messages, 3 ways. And then the last thing is just training. You want to train your team how to learn how to invite, how to learn how to present, and how to learn how to enroll people, and then train them how to train their people. That's how you create a duplicatable business, guys. It's not about what you can learn. It's about what you can teach, and so on. You want to create leaders. Don't worry about the volume in your back office. Worry about the leaders that you've developed on your team. Okay, leaders are worth way more than a quick run in your business. Imagine you put 30 people in and you're like, wow, the team's exploding. But then you created no leaders, so nobody's helping you with the business. You feel overwhelmed. You can't even handle it. There's too many people. No one's doing meetings except you. You got to create leaders. That's pretty much it, guys. So take it day by day. Message me and Joey, any of the leaders on the team. Ask any questions you got. We're all in this together. It doesn't matter whose team, sideline, crossline, upline, downline, doesn't matter. If you want help, reach out for it, ask questions, and let's get it, guys, okay? Go ahead and hop on the overview, study how Joey Wilson does it. He's an absolute tank. He's who I learned from, along with many others. And let's go hit P600 so we can all drink some tequila in Mexico, all right? All right, you guys. Hey, you guys have an awesome night. I'm gonna hop off this puppy, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.